Welcome to Packer Avenue. We are so glad that you're with us today. It is a 100% beautiful day and we are heading to Leipzig. Leipzig is about an hour and a half from the city of Berlin, and it is kind of considered the new Berlin. And I'll tell you what, after being there, I think it is kind of a cleaner, friendlier version of Berlin. Has so much to offer. Great day trip. There's an amazing diversity of architecture within the city, and when you first get to the city, you get to the train station, and this is an amazing building. It's huge, grandiose, reminds me a lot of Grand Central Station or 30th Street Station in Philadelphia. It's also the home to two pretty iconic churches, St. Thomas and St. Nicholas. Leipzig has long been known as the cultural and intellectual center of Germany, boasting the residencies of artists such as Goethe, Bach, Mendelssohn Bartholdy, Richard Wagner. Funny enough, this marker for his birthplace is at the base of this shopping center located at Richard Wagner Platz. We got there early in the morning and we decided to get a little snack at the street fair that they were having at the main square. And these are almost like Italian pizza fried pizza dough. Krappelchen. Are not crappy. One of our first stops is the St. Thomas Church, which is located at the western edge of the inner city. It's built in the character of the late Gothic Hall Church. This is a nice little walk from the main square through St. Thomas Platz. The church has long been associated with composers like Mendelssohn, Wagner, and Bach was the musical director here from 1723 to 1750. And the St. Nicholas Church, with its pink pillars and green pomfron applications, was also the home to a number of Bach premieres. The city is really such a great mix of architecture. Here we have the modern technical university and Panorama Tower. Here you get a great bird's eye view of the city from the highest point in the city. You can get a pretty much 360-degree view. You take an elevator to the 29th floor, and then you pay €5 to go up another couple of flights. There's a restaurant at the 29th floor and a beverage station at the top where you can have a little Prosecco and then head back down for a short tram ride, looking for some parks, some nature, and some of the fun green parts of the city. Along the way, there is a little section called Karli, which I think is short for Karl Liebknecht Strasse, and there's some nice little hipster, cool places to eat there. Johanna Park is conveniently located just a few stops away, and the park is known for its small islands and connecting bridges. It was designed and built in 1858 by a local banker entrepreneur to commemorate the early death of his daughter. And a very short walk, just a couple of blocks away, is the Stadthafen, or the city harbor. Not a real harbor, but it's a beach, beer garden set up where you could rent kayaks by the hour and motorboats as well, and explore some of the inner city canals. It's also a great place to relax for a little bit after a day of exploring, get a little bit of liquid refreshment, and get yourself set up to go back into the city and do a little bit more exploring. Interesting thing about the city are these little hofs, or these alleyways that go through buildings from one place to another. It's almost like a city within a city. And here we have Auerbach's Keller in one of these hofs, made famous by Goethe's Faust. The references made in the book made this place a world-famous restaurant. Worth a place to eat, but we were holding out for Rusty's Burgers because we heard that there was a cheesesteak in town. Unfortunately, we got there, they were sold out, so we headed back into the main square and we found ourselves some local specialities. We found ourselves at Reconder, which is kind of a German stuffed stromboli loaded with cheese, ham, pure deliciousness, but really packed. This was a belly buster for sure. It's topped with a little bit of creme fraiche and some fresh vegetables. Thanks so much for joining us here in Packer Avenue in our whirlwind tour of Leipzig today. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and make sure you tell a friend. We're going to come back with some other day trips from Germany.